Perfect. Go ahead, Myra.
Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Welcome to our sneak peek at the Young Living Business tonight. I'm so thankful that you are here. I'm Myra Yarbrough, and I have been using Young Living for 13 years. And I've been doing the business just under that amount of time. It took me 6 months to commit to the business, even though I said I would never do it. But I'm so excited to be here sharing with you tonight, along with my amazing friend Susan Hyde, who has also been using Young Living for over a decade. So tonight's call is going to be short, casual, just a peek inside what this business really looks like. And there's no pressure and there's just possibilities because honestly, the sky is the limit. So we are both so incredibly grateful for Young Living and for this health journey because Susan just put on transformation oil. And this business is transformative in every way. And we know that so many people, maybe even you, need transformation in your health, in your wellness, in your mindset, in your relationships, in your personal growth, and so much more. And network marketing is like personal growth with a paycheck at times. And I'm so grateful because I was going back and looking, and you're going to see these pictures in a second. I'm just mind blown. I'm like, I am not the same person, but I'm not just the same person on the outside. I'm not the same person on the inside. And so I'm going to turn it over to Susan, and she's going to share a little bit about her story, and then I will share mine.
Yes. Okay, let me go ahead and share the screen and get this going because this is the part that sometimes gets me a little bit like, ah! Okay. All right, whoops, that is not where we want to be. Hang on, let me back it all the way to of course, it starts at the
It's
very
okay.
end, you guys. We don't want it to start at the very end. Okay, there we are. Everybody see those okay, perfect. So Myra did a great welcome. So I just thought it would be fun at the beginning of this call. You might be here because you are looking to pay for your products. Maybe you want to add to your family budget. Really, there is so much possibility. But what I really wanted to talk about at the beginning was the benefit that your health will have. And I think, and I might get emotional here, so let me go ahead and. So, part of my story, which I'm not going to go into deeply at all, but I came to Young Living because I wanted to get off an antidepressant. So I will say that I did get off an antidepressant with a lot of other things. It was not just a Young Living thing, but I also have recovered from lupus. I have not had lupus symptoms in over 8, 9 years now. But here you can see pictures of me in 2012. I joined Young Living in early January 2013. And these are some pictures right before I joined. And you cannot even tell me the person on the other side. Look at these pictures, and you can see, had I not chosen to step into looking at other alternatives to take care of my body, I would not be the person that I am today. Like Myra said, not just on the outside, those are the visible things that you can see, but it is the inside person that has dramatically grown. I love that I can see the outside version of me and that other people can because then they're asking me, oh my gosh, what did you do over the years, right? So I think visual reminder is so important. And so I'm going to throw it back to Myra so she can talk about, whoops, this picture.
I love Susan's story because Susan was one of the very first people that joined me on this journey, and her transformation just gave me the encouragement that I was in the right place doing the right thing because people's lives and health were actually changing. And that just blessed me. But anyway, this is my before Young Living and now. At this point, I had had a super traumatic birth with my oldest son. I had been on numerous antibiotics. I had been on morphine. I had just a really, really difficult time in those first few years of being a mom. And Young Living coming into my life gave me alternatives, gave me hope that I did not have to turn to the pharmacy for that was my only hope. I had alternatives and options, not only to care for myself and to transform myself, but to take care of my children. And that has been one of my biggest whys because I want to empower people, moms, women, men to know how to take care of their families. And that has been just so special to me. Now, I will say what drew me to Young Living was really a little bit of curiosity and a whole lot of skepticism. I was super skeptical because isn't that what everybody is at first? But I wanted to help my friend. I wanted to support her, but it did not take long for me to have my own personal experience with these products to say, I need to share this. And so here you can see just that transformation. So we're going to move on into a peek inside the business, but now you know the heart behind why Susan and I do what we do. So the Young Living business is so much more than just selling a product. It is really about three things: products that change lives, a business that does reward generously with bonuses, perks, a paycheck, and really one of the absolute best things about this business is our community. And whether you do the business or you don't do the business, you still get that beautiful community that has friendships and support and purpose. And we are in this together, encouraging one another. And it is just wonderful. So, 10 reasons why you should choose the Young Living business. If you can see these on the screen, but favorite ones are that there's zero startup cost. All you have to do is be a Young Living brand partner. There's zero startup cost. You don't have to invest all this money. You don't have to get inventory. You don't have to ship. You don't have to deliver. You don't have to be the Avon lady. Now, I'm not dissing Avon ladies, but it is so convenient to just share with your friends and here they go. They use your link and off you go. You don't have to deliver to their doorstep. The other thing is, like I mentioned, the community, the mentorship, this kind of thing that Susan and I are doing together to mentor you in your business. And honestly, this business is amazing because you can do it from anywhere. You can do it from your phone. You can do it when you're on vacation if you want to. You can do it from your bed. You can do it anywhere. You just be a product of the product, but we'll get to that. And then another one of my favorite things is just the residual income that you get paid for work you've done in the past. And that is such a beautiful thing. So when I first started, all I wanted from a financial perspective was just to go purchase my groceries without fear of my card declining. That's all I wanted. And honestly, that's my goal. If you can go to the grocery store and pay for your groceries and not worry that your card's going to decline, that's a gift. If you can get your products paid for, that is a gift. So why Young Living? Why should we choose Young Living? Because there are a lot of companies out there. But a few things why we love Young Living, even over a decade later, Young Living has 30 plus years of experience. They have led this industry. They have incredible integrity. They are a global company. They have a seed to seal promise that is a guarantee that the products you get in your home are safe and reliable and authentic and safe to put on your babies, safe to use. And I also love the integrity driven culture of our company. Young Living has the Young Living Foundation that serves people all over the world. They have the Young Living Academy where hundreds of students come and they're graduating and they're first generation college students and with amazing careers. And so it's just such a blessing to be a part of that. The other thing I love about Young Living is that our products are consumable. People are using the products and they're repurchasing the products every month. It's wonderful. Okay, the next thing is the income potential. Look at this slide on the screen. This is the monthly average paychecks by various ranks. Now, just look at this: star, senior star, executive, silver, gold. What would an extra $300 to $500 a month mean for your family? Just think about that. What would that do for you? Maybe it would mean karate classes for your kids or music lessons, contributing to your monthly bills, maybe being able to work less hours at your job. The sky is literally the limit. And if it's supplementing, if it's paying for your products, that's our goal. We want to help you see the vision of where you can go with this business. Okay, let's talk about startup costs. Every new business usually has a lot of startup costs. There's inventory, office supplies, website development, all these fees, blah, blah, blah. Young Living is different. You don't have to do that. All you need to get started sharing and earning is to upgrade your account to brand partner. Super easy, click of a button, no paperwork, no nothing, and just find your referral link. You don't have to carry inventory. You don't have any startup cost. It's just so simple. And the thing is, if you've been using the products, say you've been using the products for 6 months, maybe less, maybe more, all you need is your own experience. And I guarantee you that if you're plugged in to your community, there are other stories and other people's experiences that you can also share with your friends. And you just start by sharing those stories. And people are like, well, I need some of that. That's what happened to me. I burned my hand with a 400-degree bowl out of the oven. And I literally wrote about lavender oil on my blog after I said I would never do this business. And all these people were like, I need that. How do I do that? How do I get that? I'm like, I don't know. And that has literally been the mantra of my business. We'll figure it out. We just figure it out. And so I figured out how to share. So Susan and I are here to help you do that. Share the products that you love. Okay, so let's talk about selling versus sharing. One of the greatest objectives that we hear in this business is, I don't want to be salesy. Okay, I get it. I know. I know. We're not being salesy. You're not being salesy when you share a product you love. Okay? When you have amazing success with Ningxia Red or with Thieves or with the Daily Hormone Essentials or whatever, it's not about selling, it's about educating. You're teaching people, you're sharing your experience about a product that you have used, that you've experienced. And people are going to ask you, what do you love about that? Why should I get that? And so I just want to tell you, there have been so many times that I have been in public using a product, and people are like, "What is that? What is that you're putting on? What is that what do I smell?" I will tell you this, I walked into my kids' co-op a couple weeks ago, and the first thing the lady said was, "Are you wearing Valor?" And I was like, "No," but then I did remember I had Valor on. Whoops. But I said, I actually have the new Wild Notes perfume on. She was like, Young Living has perfume now? And so all you have to do is use your products, and people are going to ask you. At the same time, I will say this, you have to be creative and bold. You can't just sit around and be like, oh, well, no one is asking me about my products. It's not going to work that way. You have to be bold. You have to open your mouth. You have to share. You have to be willing to kind of put yourself out there a little bit to share, but you don't have to be salesy. I will remind you that we're in sales. This is a sales job. You get paid when people purchase with your link, right? But you don't have to be a walking commercial. You just have to use the products, because here's the thing. If you have ever recommended a favorite restaurant or a favorite lipstick or whatever, you're just telling your friends about that product. It doesn't have to be weird or awkward or robotic, and you don't need to know all the science behind all the ingredients of everything in your lipstick or everything that you ate at this restaurant. You just have to tell them you love it and why you loved it. So, Young Living is the same exact way, except you get paid for it. And so that's what we're here for. And we believe that for all of you, that you can do this too. So Susan is going to take it away on how to share.
That was so good. Yes. Nobody wants to be salesy. I think our job with these products is to make people curious, give enough information to make people curious. I want people to ask me questions. So that has always been kind of fun, especially if you like to share on social media. Yes, we're not there to put our links up everywhere. You want people to be curious. So, all right, we are going to jump into sharing and what does that look like for you. So, there are so many options, and we're just going to touch on a couple of them here on ways that are kind of the most popular ways to share. So, you have social media, which you all probably are quite well aware of. Okay, so you can do that, and people are very successful on that. But if that's not your jam, that's okay, right? You can do in-person events or gatherings or invite somebody over, a few ladies over to do like a little make and take. You get to choose what that looks like for you. And I will just say, that's how Young Living started 30 years ago. It was gathering people around a kitchen table. So don't think because, oh, everybody's sharing on social media and that doesn't feel good for me, that that's how is the only way it's done, because that's not even how Young Living grew to be where they are today. It started around kitchen tables, right? People just talking, people picking up a telephone, a landline and inviting people over. So you can share samples when a friend asks you about something, or you maybe see a need of somebody posting somewhere else that maybe their little kid is sick or maybe they're sick. Maybe you can give them a little blend of oils to try and just see what happens. Look for ways that you can be generous. And then obviously one-on-one with in person, meeting somebody for coffee, inviting someone into your home. This is how, right? It's called network marketing for a reason. You have to engage with other people in your life in some respect, but this is how we share. So we're going to talk a little bit. Here was just some tips on how you can share. If sometimes you feel like, I don't know what to share, especially if you are wanting to share a little bit more on social media and you're not quite sure, like just share what's going on in your diffuser. I will tell you, the more times I don't even have to show people what I'm putting in my diffuser. I might just show my diffuser in the background when I'm doing something else, and people will ask me, what is that thing? And then I get to tell them, right? So here are just some other ways that you can definitely share that maybe you are, kind of missing. So you can take a screenshot of that if you want. And then we're going to move on to how you get paid. So we're not going to dive deep into here because you guys, you can get stuck on all of the logistics on how you get paid. But I'm going to tell you, Young Living has one of the most generous compensation plans for any network marketing company. And our president or our founder, co-founder, Mary Young, like this is her baby. She believes in network marketing and she wants to pay her brand partners well. And so know that you will get paid well. So we have something called the Fast Start bonus. So what that means is you will earn 25% commission on the PV, which is just point value. So most things are very similar to the dollar amount. So if something's $100, oftentimes the PV will be $100 too. That's just how you can think of it. It's just what Young Living calculates commissions on is that PV. So, but you get 25% of that PV purchased by your new customer or new brand partner during their first 3 months. That is amazing, you guys, 25%. Then you have a way that you can actually earn $25 each time you sell a qualifying starter bundle. So if you are familiar with Young Living, many of you guys that are on here tonight, I know are familiar with Young Living and the starter bundles that we have. They are amazing for being the most economical way to get started with Young Living. You are saving sometimes 40 to 50% on how they've bundled items together into one of those starter bundles. So your customer is getting an amazing value. But not only are you going to make the 25%, but because it is a starter bundle, you're going to make $25 on top of that. So if you combine those two things together on a typical starter bundle, and one of my favorite ones is the Happy Healthy Home bundle that is based on our Thieves products. That is a 100 PV purchase. So I'm making $50 on that bundle when I share it with somebody else because I'm making 25% of the 100 PV, okay? And then I'm making $25 because it's a starter bundle. So $50 by sharing with my friend, my referral link, and then they get started. So you guys, it's so phenomenal, especially in those first 3 months. And then past that, you also are going to be making unilevel commission depending on where people fall in your organization, which we can talk about that once you started sharing with your first few people. Also, bonuses and incentives. So there are different bonuses that you can earn when you do get qualified to different ranks. So I think the first one might be star. I don't think I have a slide on this, but I think when you hit star for the first time, you get a bonus. Senior star, it's like a $250 bonus. And then if you hit it for 3 months in a row, you get that consecutively. So there is opportunity for you to actually build on the commission and bonuses that you qualify for. So here again, it just kind of shows you in a different way how there is a picture of one of our starter bundles. I love that starter bundle. We had that starter bundle, have had it for a long time. It is truly great with those oils and the diffusers and everything. So, so one question we get is, do I have to spend money to make these commissions? And the beautiful thing with that is no. You do not need to spend a monthly requirement to earn the fast start or the starter bundle bonus. So what does that mean? If you wanted to go ahead and create your account and upgrade to brand partner and start sharing your referral link, you can do that without making a purchase. I'll just say something really quick on that in just a second, but you are not required to make a purchase in order to get paid. And so that was a recent change. You may have missed that. So I wanted to throw that in. But I also want to say it's going to be challenging for you to have authentic and real stories and not just sound salesy if in fact you're not using the product, because that is how you are going to have your own stories to tell. So I would encourage you, if this is something you're interested in, you definitely want to be having products on hand that you are using so that you can create your own stories that are truly authentic and you're not, people will see through if you're just trying to sell something to make a buck. So okay. And here's just another example. There's some unilevel commissions as well. And I talked about the leadership bonuses there. You guys, I love slides, but sometimes I get to where I forget to go and push them forward. So anyway, okay. So here's an example. How would you earn $300 this month? You have 3 ways that you could make $300 this month and every month thereafter. Okay. One of the first ways is enroll 6 people with a starter bundle or a make a shift. So those are qualifying bundles that you earn that extra $25 for, right? And then you're making the 25%. So if you enrolled 6 people, $50 a piece, that's $300. So that will also help you, right, as you are growing into rank and start going to get one of those other bonuses that are offered at different ranks. So you can enroll 12 people with custom orders. So everybody that, gets started with Young Living does not have to purchase a bundle. You can actually work with somebody and put together a bundle of products for them that equal 100 PV, and then that qualifies you for those commissions as well. Same thing, you could enroll 6 people with a 200 PV custom order. So there is a lot of possibility in this, but it just gives you kind of an idea. Same kind of concept if how you would earn $500. So just different scenarios there and how to do that. So, okay, we're going to go through a few little kind of FAQs here in just a second, but here is the how-to. So if you are already a Young Living customer, it is simply a couple clicks for you to upgrade to be a brand partner. And so this just shows you how to do that. You can take a screenshot of that if you like. I will just tell you, if you are a customer and you are sharing your referral link, because everybody in Young Living has a referral link, whether you have upgraded to brand partner or not. If you are a customer and you share your referral link, you will get 25% of somebody's first time order, the very first time that they order, as a product credit. So 25% as a product credit. If you simply upgrade your account free to be a brand partner, then you can see that jumps to be 50% that you get paid in a check, in money. They will deposit into your account. So it's not product credit. It's not some kind of whatever gift, that they may send you because you shared with somebody and you may never use. It is cash, friends. So that is how you do the upgrade. There is just a simple thing on different, or the kind of the steps on launching your business. So you want to upgrade, find your referral link, super easy to do. The next thing I would suggest is setting up direct deposit. If you need help with any of these things, just reach out to Myra or I. We can totally help you. In fact, I have a video on setting up direct deposit, so it's super easy. But that way, you are going to get a commission check deposited right into your bank account. If you do not set up direct deposit, then they send you a debit card to access, and it gets just a little bit wonky. So, and then get plugged in to our business mentorship and our resources that we have. And so as you are watching this on September 11th, hopefully, or right around here, we are getting ready to launch into an 8-week mentorship program that is going to start next week, which, what is that? That is the 18th. Is that right? September 18th. It's a Thursday. And for 8 weeks, we will take you step by step through what it looks like to share and how simply it can be done. So whether you're looking, at something to add in, maybe you want a side hustle, you have a full-time job, it is totally doable. There's so many friends that have joined and created income in their family and starting as a side hustle, and then it grows, and then many people are able to leave a previous job that maybe they didn't have the opportunity to do that in the past, or they've stayed and they just have two things going on at the same time, and that is totally doable. So you want to set up your loyalty order. That is something that I love, is my monthly order. I earn percentage back. We're not going to cover that in detail, but it is the best way in order to grow your business, use your products, and have authentic stories. And then you just begin sharing. And one thing to remember is that you are able to share a code, ShareYL, with your friends and family, and they will save an extra 10%. And so that is something you want to keep in your back pocket to be able to share. So, okay, some FAQs here at the end, because we always get these comments or questions. I need to buy a bunch of inventory? I think we kind of covered that, but let's just reiterate. The big answer there is no, you do not have to buy a bunch of product that you are going to hope to sell. You do not have to carry inventory. You do not have to deliver inventory. It is all done through your referral link. That is all you need to worry about, is your referral link. Send that off to your friends and family. They make a purchase. Items are shipped directly to them. It is beautiful. Okay, the next one. Do I need to hit a sales quote each month? Am Myra or I, are we going to be knocking down your door telling you, hey, Margaret, you haven't had any sales this month. What's the matter with you? No, it is not like that. We don't run our business like that. It is your business. You get to choose how you show up. If you want to share that month, if you don't want to share, it is all you. We provide the training, the support, the encouragement. Like, that's what was given to us when we started, and we want to pay that back and help other people, right? Get their products paid for. So you are not going to get hounded by either Myra or me. By no way, we don't operate like that. So, okay. And then another one, does Young Living test their oils? Oh my gosh, friends. Yes. And many of you that are watching this already know this, right? So we are an industry leader. We are not a follower. We have been around for over 30 years. Gary Young was really the one that brought essential oils into the big picture of kind of being more normal, because they are, I think, considered more normal now than they were when I started almost 12 years ago. So we test in-house, we test out-of-house. We have a panel of skilled scientists that are actually developing product. We're not copying other people. We are the ones that are creating products, you guys. So we are at the forefront, and it is so exciting and amazing. And I'm going to tell you, there's some amazing products coming because we got samples of them from convention. And so it's going to be great. So test results and certificates of analysis are public and can be found in the digital library, and many of them are associated. Just click a link on the website and you'll be taken to that information as well. So, and then, do I need experience in sales to be successful? I had zero experience in sales. I was a blogger. That's what I was when I entered in this, and a flight attendant before that. So No, that's the beauty because even though, yes, this is a sales gig, I don't feel like I'm a salesperson. I'm a sharer. I will share what's worked for me. I will share how to use something. I will make people curious. I will share my story. And people then want what we have. They do, you guys. And so it takes sometimes several touches for people to really realize, oh, you mean you're not just trying to scam me? Something actually works, right? And they can see like a before or after. They can see a measurable result of something happening. And then it is like this little magic moment. So, yes, so you just have your referral link handy. If somebody is curious, then you're able to give that. But like I said, we have resources, mentorship, encouragement. It really is all that you need. So I think that was my last slide. So I'm going to stop sharing. And then did we have any questions? If you have questions before we hop off, go ahead and put them there. But I'll just say, you guys, the Why Young Living, we covered that. This company has been around for over 30 years. In network marketing, it is very challenging to find a company. Okay, we didn't touch on this. Our company's family owned. It's not run by a board of directors. In this day and age, that is a huge thing because it's not up to a board of directors to make decisions. And Mary and her boys are making the decisions and they love this company. This was part of who they are. And I cannot tell you what it feels like to stand alongside them and knowing that we have this vision together. So we shared how you can earn and then how to start. So very simply spelled out, and you don't have to do it alone. So if in fact you are ready, whether you're a customer or not, and you're like, yep, I'm ready. I want to do this 8-week mentoring, just reach out to Myra or myself. We will get you plugged into that mentoring. The calls are Thursday evenings, and you will learn a lot. You will not be left alone. We will hold your hand in the best way possible. So, and if you're just curious, come along. It's no harm, no foul. No, we're not going to pester you. If you upgrade your account and you give it a whirl and it's not for you, okay. But how will you know if you don't? If you don't say yes and give it a try, how will you know? So, okay, yes, everything, the mentorship is free. That is correct. Thank you for putting that in there. So, all right, you guys, that's all I had. Did you have anything else to add, Myra?
No, you were amazing, and I'm so excited and I'm so grateful for every single person who got on this call tonight. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Yes.
Thank you
And
for
if you
being here.
think of somebody who might want the replay, just reach out to us because we have recorded it. So we will have the replay for us to be able to share with others. So, okay, friends, thanks so much. And we will see you in the mentorship.